Hey there, Cheyenne. Okay, so I was just reading your email that you sent me. Hold on just a second. Okay, and it says, it's saying that I didn't complete everything in Module 1, but I see my grades. Okay, I'm looking at your grades, and I see that you have completed the first week's worth. So week 1, you have completed. So I'm seeing that you completed section 4.1, 4.2, 4.3. So here, let me write this down. So completed 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, and 4.4, and Module 1 quiz. Okay, those are completed items. Not completed in Module 1 because we are still continuing with Module 1 in week 2 is 4.5, 4.6, 6.2, 6.5, Module 1 review, and Module 1 test. So these are all from week 2. And this is all still Module 1, okay? So Module 1 are these 2 weeks right here. Okay, and so these are the not completed items. And I can see how long you spend like on each page, and I'm not even showing that you've looked at these pages yet. Okay, so yes, I do show that you've completed all of these from week 1, but none of these from week 2. All right, so let me know if you're seeing something different or something like that, because this is what I'm seeing. All right, okay, so now moving on to your homework. So I'm going to erase this. So if you need to take a picture of this, hit pause and take a picture, and then I'm going to erase this and help you with the graphing. All right, so with this, all right, so with this problem, you got this part correct up here, but here's why you're missing points. Notice how it says you only got 3/4 of a point out of this. So 0.75 is 3/4 of a point. Now, if you had watched the video, this is Module 1 lesson. This is the lesson video. You always need to watch the videos. Do not jump directly into the homework and start working the homework without watching the lesson videos. You would, if we were in a face-to-face class, you wouldn't walk into class and then me say, okay, do your homework without me teaching the class, right? You need to learn before you actually do the work, okay? So make sure you watch the video. If you had watched this video right here, this video would tell you never ever graph more than 2 points on the graph. Okay? Now, because on the 3rd point, it starts a new line. All right? So if you have more than 2 points plotted on your graph, it has started a new line. All right? So back here, notice you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 points plotted on this graph. That means that you have at least 2 lines on here, if possibly more. So what you need to do instead is you need to pick your 2 favorite points, doesn't matter which 2, I usually go for the smaller numbers, and only plot those 2 and then hit submit. Okay? Each of your homework sections, by the way, can be done to 100%, and it should be done to 100%. If you're losing points, you need to ask why you're losing those points, okay? So that you don't make those mistakes on the test. If you wait and ask me on the test, it's too late by that point, okay? Because you've made the mistakes on the homework and you didn't ask questions, all right? So always make sure you ask before you take the test, okay? All right, so this is a good time. You're asking at a really good time. So go back and redo this problem. This is from section 4.1. It's number 10. And go back and redo this, but only plot 2 of these 5 points and then hit submit on that problem. Okay? Now you might be asking yourself, well, why do we have the rest of these? Well, we have those to spot check to make sure our line is in the correct spot. That's why they're there. So you plot two of them, and then the other 3 in this case, you just check to make sure that they do lie on that line. Okay? All right, so that's that one. All right, so this is in section 4.2, and you did the same thing here. So I have the same suggestion. Go back and redo this problem. And you did great over here making your table. And just clear this graph. Don't redo this. Don't hit similar exercise. I think as long as you didn't do it several times, you can just hit clear all down here and then just plot two of these. Again, I'd probably pick this one and this one because or this one and this one because they've got the smaller numbers. I like dealing with smaller numbers. Only plot two of them, so that's what I would do. I would just plot these guys right here and then hit submit. Okay, and then spot check to make sure these others lie on the line. Okay. Okay, now this is one, I copied this because I wanted to show you this. Now, I want you to see why you missed points on this, but I am going to give you full credit, and this is one that I want you to always tell me about on the test. Notice that this one is right there, right on that exact crossing point. But notice that this one down here, it should be at negative or 0, -4. Notice how it's slightly to the left of it, okay? And that means that's why it's counting it wrong. Now, this can be caused by a shaky mouse. So if your mouse is a shaky mouse, then it is very possible that you don't have control over that. And if you don't, that's totally okay. That's when you message me and I give you full credit for that, okay? But I did want to show you this because there are, this program, this computer homework, it isn't perfect. It's good, and it's really good for free because I know the math department uses a $100 program, $130 program actually, and this is free. So it's really good for free. It's not perfect though. So this is the kind of thing that I definitely want you to tell me about so that I can give you points for. All right, now this one, I can't remember which section it might be section 4.3 or 4.4. I can't remember, but it's number 7. So take a look for that. Now, you might be saying, this is one single point. I can't graph this. You sure can. You can graph this, okay? So y equals -5x. You're absolutely right that 0, 0 is one of the points. But when the x-intercept and the y-intercept are the same point, that just means it goes through the origin. Anytime your line goes through the origin, you've got to find some point that isn't on the line. And so you can substitute in values for x and see what you get out for y. Okay, and then you can plot that. So anytime your graph goes through the origin, you will have to find something that is not an intercept to graph the line. Okay, so this problem, it requires that you follow the instructions explicitly, okay? And that means you're going to have to notice these different tools that are down here, okay? You're not going to use this one. This is the parabola. You're not going to use this one, parabola. I swear I can talk. This one is the absolute value graph, and this is the circle. You're only going to use this one, and you're going to use this point right here. So it says here, plot the point on the graph. So choose this tool first. Choose the point tool. Okay, and then plot -2, 3. So go over here to -2, 3, and put your dot on there using the dot tool, okay? Then you want to plot another point that gives you a slope of 5 from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, left 1. So use that point tool and put another dot right there, okay? And then use the point tool again and put another dot there. So it wants you to have 3 dots on this line. And the only way you could ever have 3 dots on this line is if you use this dot tool, okay? You've got these right over here. These are perfect. Then what you should do is grab this one. So click on that right there. And then only choose 2 of these. Don't click on the third one. Doesn't matter which 2. You can pick this one and this one, this one and this one, or this one and this one. It doesn't matter, but pick 2 and and then draw your line that should go through those 3 points that you plotted. All right, and that's how you get full credit on this one. All right, so my suggestion is go back and fix your homework and get the 100s on the homework, okay? And also let me know if the things that I said were not complete or something that you did complete, because I'm not showing it didn't record any time for you in these other sections. All right. Talk to you soon. Good night.